Hello, my name is Alex McMahon, and this is my project on Galileo, the father of modern science. Okay, so I'll start my presentation by talking about Galileo's early life. He was born in Pisa, Italy, which is now famous for the Leaning Tower of Pisa, which Galileo made famous, but we'll get to that later, on February 15th, 1564. His father, Vincenzo Galileo, was a prominent musician. This made his family a part of the Italian nobility, which was important because it allowed Galileo to attend the proper schools, and it also allowed him time to conduct science experiments and do things that maybe less fortunate kids would not have the opportunity to do. In his middle teens, he attended the monastery school at Vallombrosa, which is a town close to Florence. In 1581, he enrolled at the University of Pisa, back in his hometown, where, under the guidance of his father, he decided to study medicine. However, while he was in school, he developed a passion for mathematics, and in 1856 he left the school without a degree, much to his father's dismay. In order to make a living, he started giving private lessons in science and mathematics because he noticed that he had a knack for things like that, and this kind of started his scientific career. Many of Galileo's most important scientific discoveries were in the field of astronomy. These would not have been made possible if not for his innovation of the telescope, which he used to magnify objects up to 8 times, which at the time was an incredible amount. It allowed him to see things that no one had ever seen before, like craters on the moon, sunspots on the sun, Jupiter's moons, and the phases of Venus. These observations led him to the conclusion that the sun was at the center of the universe, as opposed to Earth, which was the established norm and had been the established norm for hundreds of years. Galileo also had a great interest in physics and the nature of motion on Earth. So he conducted several experiments to test his theories, but his most famous was the dropping of objects off the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And he did this by taking 2 different objects of different masses up to the top of the tower and dropping them. And he observed that in spite of the differences in mass, the objects fell at the exact same rate, and they hit the ground at the exact same time. So this was the start of some very important physical discoveries that were later developed by Isaac Newton. To end our presentation, I thought it would be appropriate to quote a modern great scientist on his opinion of Galileo. Stephen Hawking, the famous physicist, once said, "Galileo, perhaps more than any other single person, was responsible for the birth of modern science." Thank you.